Welcome to Staff Talk, the new UN radio podcast. This is Helga Lífsdóttir at the UN headquarters in New York. Please listen to the fourth segment of discussions on Umoja with our Assistant Secretary General, Mr. Ernesto Baca, on what are the plans for Umoja implementations in 2015. When you talk about 100,000 people, who are included?
I'm not even including in that, and we should, because at a given point we are going to do it, the military personnel. But I'm talking about all the civilian categories that we have in the organization in every shape and form with every sort of contract. The military for us is the essential part also of our mission. In fact, these are central to most of our operations in peacekeeping, but they are going to come in the next wave, because then we will be talking about almost 180,000 colleagues altogether.
That brings us a little bit to this question about the people, for example, in the field, because DFS supported missions around the globe and have already implemented some Umoja functions. Can you tell us more about what Umoja is being used for and what are the plans for implementation in 2015?
A lot of people believe that Umoja is still a project. Indeed, it's a project for half of this organization, but it's a reality, a day-to-day reality for, I would say, 60% of our footprint is already being reached by Umoja. In fact, today is running and alive with good health in all the peacekeeping missions, from the deep field to headquarters, in all the special political missions. And as a drag effect of that, because we have to support that, there are about 400 users in headquarters, plus several other users in the hubs like Geneva, Nairobi, Entebbe, Brindisi, Valencia, that are supporting those colleagues that already migrated. So they are doing and they are managing basically the end-to-end operations today by using Umoja. So for them, Umoja is no longer a project. It's a reality where payroll is being managed through that.
Okay.
All the financial activities are being dealt through Umoja, real estate, procurement. So supply chain in a good portion is being covered by Umoja.
When you say 60% of the footprint, are we talking then about one of the modules, and sort of in some there are the financial or payroll, and some it's procurement. So it sort of has been distributed among them to start with. Is that the case?
The reason why I'm saying 60% is because if we put together all the resources we have in terms of staff in the Secretariat and sites, roughly we are covering now 60%. But you are also right that Umoja comes in different flavors. The first one is what we call Umoja Foundation, which covers the services or the functions that I mentioned before. And then we have Umoja Extension 1 to be followed by Umoja Extension 2. Extension 1 is going to expand the functional footprint to go to all the way to human resources management, travel management, and completing the payroll solution in order to replace the myriad of applications that we have today.
I see. And the UN headquarters in New York are supposed to be on these extensions as of this year, right?
In June, we are going to have a deployment in all the Nairobi-based organizations, but I mean UNEP, Habitat, and UNON. And when I say Nairobi, I mean the whole UNEP, Habitat, and UNON, no matter where they are in the world. But this is what is being included in the June rollout, together with ESCAP in Bangkok and OCHA, all together, the whole organization, being supported from Geneva and New York. They are going to roll out in June. And then in November comes the rest of the organization, meaning all the departments and offices that are being headquartered in New York, the ones in Vienna, all the rest of the economic commissions, the 4 of them that are besides ESCAP, and the tribunals around the world, and the training institutions, basically based in Europe. So all those are coming in live in November. It's a big, big quantity of colleagues and organizations that are going to be migrated.
This was the fourth interview in a series of 5 podcasts with Ernesto Baca, Assistant Secretary General of Umoja. Please stay tuned for the next segment where we discuss what is the best way to learn about Umoja. You can find the complete interview at umoja.un.org, United Nations Umoja YouTube channel, the Umoja community on UNET Connections, or on iTunes. We're looking forward to your comments on this podcast. Please visit UN Internet ISEEK. This was our Staff Talk UN Radio podcast. I'm your host, Helga. Have a great day.